Hello, and welcome to What Am I Rolling, a twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This week, I'm joined by my friends David, Mark, and Sarah for Awaken in a Strange Place, a fully improvised role-playing game for 4 players, designed by Jacob Andrews. Awaken in a Strange Place is a fully improvised one-shot tabletop RPG that requires 0 preparation and only a few hours of time. Follow the game's instructions to determine the setting, the characters, and all the details of world building on the fly. Get right into the good stuff of playing fun characters with your fun friends. It's fun! You can find out more information about Awaken in a Strange Place and download your own copy on itch.io. I'll add links to it on the What Am I Rolling website and in this episode's show notes. As you may have guessed, this one-shot is a little bit different to our previous one-shots, as it was a live game for ArchaeoGaming Con 2022, a gaming convention and archaeological conference to share ArchaeoGaming research and gameplay with a virtual audience. This episode's audio was taken from that live stream, and you can watch the original stream on the ArchaeoGaming Collective's YouTube channel. I'll put a link to it on the What Am I Rolling website and in this episode's show notes. A massive thank you to the ArchaeoGaming Collective for having us at this year's con. ArchaeoGaming conferences take place every year, with discussions, seminars and gameplay streamed live through Twitch and YouTube. Archaeology has both influenced and existed in games for many years, and these conventions aim to broach the intersection academically and to make the subject matter accessible to all. In doing so, archaeologists and gamers are able to create an engaging and inclusive space where these fields can coexist, and further extend archaeology's exposure to the public, and vice versa. You can find out more on the ArchaeoGaming Collective's website. That's archaeogamingco.weebly.com. Regular listeners of the podcast will know that we have already played You Awaken in a Strange Place before, episode 101 if you're interested. I also go through the rules on stream as we get to them, as they are incredibly straightforward and easy to remember. You can find out more information about You Awaken in a Strange Place on itch.io and get your own copy there. There's links to everything in the show notes. One last thing before we begin. Naturally, there are times in this one-shot where the players and myself, mostly myself, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to rules wherever possible, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. And what matters most is that everyone enjoys themselves. If we're live, that would be amazing. And if you can hear us.
Just checking.
Oh, it says live. It says we're live.
It says we're live.
Look, it's us.
Okay, hello everyone. Yeah, totally prepared, as you can tell. As you can tell by a wonderful mismatched boxes, as things were wrong before stream. Hello everyone. My name is Fiona. I am the host of What Am I Rolling, a twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, and welcome to this stream of You Awaken in a Strange Place for this wonderful convention of ArchaeoGaming. I believe that's. I hadn't even pronounced it out loud until now. That's my new way of going about it. But yes, so my name is Fiona, and I've been joined by these three wonderful players to play this fully improvised RPG by one. I had his name down here somewhere. Jacob Andrews. We'll go into that. But I'm going to give my players a quick chance to just introduce themselves, who they are, share their pronouns if they would like to, and where you can find their stuff. And Sarah, that includes your stuff if you have any. I appreciate it and didn't brief you that off podcast. It's fine. But we'll go around. We'll go David, Mark, and then Sarah. So please introduce yourself, my wonderful players.
I guess that means me first. It's to be here. I've not been in a gaming con for quite some time. Yeah, I am David. I run the Drunken Storyteller Twitch stream where we do a lot of RPGs. It's a little bit adult themed, so just be warned if you do want to go check it. And I also do a folklore podcast under the same name. Again, content warning on that one, I feel.
Content warning on David in general there. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It should just like stamp it across my forehead, content warning. I'm going to behave myself today, though. So don't worry about that.
Well, that's the first line of this game, but thank you very much, David. Going on to Mark.
So I'm just impressed because David got through the introduction without being sweary. So we're looking good for the rest of the event. Hello, I'm Mark. If you've been to the ArchaeoGaming con before, i.e. last year, you might remember me from such panels as the panel that I did with Tom Murr and Matthew Dawkins on folklore in gaming, because that was the only panel I did. But this year, Archie Fantasies stupidly asked me to come back and do something else, and this is what happened. I am the creator and host of the Folklore podcast. You can see the URL over my left shoulder on screen. It is a podcast about folklore. Unlike David's podcast about folklore, it's not sweary and anybody can listen to it.
Brilliant, thank you so much. And then last,
I've got a lot better over time.
Sure. Another lie. And finally, last but by no means least, Sarah, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Sarah. I am friend of Fiona. This is my second RPG, so new to the RPG world. But you can find me on Instagram at A Barrel of Crafts, where I like to try and make things.
Thank you so much. And yes, so this game, as I said, You Awaken in a Strange Place, is a fully improvised tabletop RPG for 4 players. So thankfully, there's 4 of us here today. But before we start, I just want to say, as it is improvised, as it's an actual play, as it's a tabletop RPG, I'm going to have just a big content warning. Because it's fully improvised, we're making stuff up on the spot, but that also means stuff might happen which we're not necessarily comfortable with. We're going to try and avoid that if we can. Off the podcast, we did our X cards and various lines and veils, which are all the safety tools to make sure that we as players are safe. But just in case, I'm just doing a blanket thing, making sure that if you feel uncomfortable whilst watching the stream at any point, you have no obligation to carry on watching it. You can stop and come back when you're ready, should you need to, should you want to. But we'd appreciate you staying for us, because we're just here about this. The vibe of this game is going to be silly, big, fun. That's what we're going to do for this game. And also have some archaeology themes in it as well. We appreciate the brief on that one, so thanks for that.
We'll try.
We'll try. So the only real 2 rules about this RPG is that anything that we, so the GM, which is me for this game, and the players say about the world is true about the world, and that the game itself must be finished in this one session. So we have less than 2 hours to create this story with its characters, the world, and finish it. All right, so no pressure, guys, but a lot of pressure. So as Sarah knows, we've done this once before.
You know how well I do at dying in these things, so I'll be done in like 5 minutes. So.
Cool, but we need to bring you back.
Always the first to go.
Yes, exactly.
In that case, the first rule can we have is David doesn't die in the first 5 minutes. Is that a thing that we can put in?
I feel like I should have talked about that before the stream. But anyway, so the first thing we're going to do for our You Awaken in a Strange Place, we're going to establish the setting. So my players, you should each have 2d6. I want you to roll them and tell me what values you get.
With my usual skills of rolling, I have a grand total of 4.
Mark has a 4. Sarah?
I have a lovely double 5.
Ooh, 10 for Sarah.
10.
Well, get you.
I rolled a 6 for once in my life.
A 6 in total?
10. No, 10 in total. I rolled a 6 on the dice.
Ooh, well, let's do a rolls off between Sarah and David then, because you both got 10s.
Ooh, 8.
9.
Oh, so David, you go first.
I'm really... I don't know how to cope with this already.
It's dizzying height. Yes, the dizzying height. So...
It won't last.
Rolling above 3 on dice is...
So, what's going to happen now? So the person who's rolled the highest, so that's David, I would like you to think of a genre. The genre is obviously a type of a theme of a thing. Now, obviously, I know the overall theme is archaeology, but think of things like, your favourite films. So you could be like a film noir, horror, detective story, murder mystery, that sort of thing. So I want you to think silently of a genre. Second was Sarah, who rolled an 8. So you think silently of an adjective. So something that is a describing word, anything like that. You can also Google it if you're not 100% sure. So even I had to Google these things. And finally, Mark, who rolled the lowest, I want you to think of a location. This could be any location you can think of. It doesn't have to be on Earth. But it can also, anything. It can be big, small, whatever. Essentially, it's that sort of thing in improv. We go, can I get a location? And somebody always shouts out Nando's. And you're like, any other location than Nando's, please. So yes, we're going to go first to David. What is the genre of the world that we are in?
I have 2. And I'm kind of tempted to give both and see the reactions because I know one Mark will love.
Okay, so are you smashing two together?
I don't know if I can smash two together, so I think we'll go with the first one that I had, which is just science fiction, because me, space nerd as well.
Science fiction. Perfect. Thank you very much. So science fiction is the genre. Sarah, what is our adjective?
So my adjective was mysterious.
Oh,
And that would have
mysterious.
worked with which I was chosen, which was going to be Scooby-Doo.
Oh,
Well,
would have been perfect.
the science fiction. I'll put in brackets. I'll put in brackets Scooby-Doo. Okay, so we've got science fiction / Scooby-Doo, and then mysterious from Sarah. Finally, Mark, I would like a location.
The Museum of the World's Largest Barbie Doll Collection.
Amazing. Museum of the World's Largest Barbie Doll.
Life in plastic.
Oh no, I'm going to have that song in my head. Okay, brilliant. So in that same order, so David, Sarah, Mark, each of you are going to make a statement about this world, this science fiction / Scooby-Doo world, which is mysterious, but also has the Museum of the World's Largest Collection of Barbie Dolls. And this statement, as soon as you say it, makes it true about the world. So you each are going to have one go, and then we're going to fill out the rest of the world to make it sort of a bit more, not realistic, but a bit more sort of, it isn't realistic, but it's more, just feels a bit, flesh it out a bit more, if you see what I mean. And I'll say these statements can relate to anything. It could be something like, everyone flies on a Tuesday. Everyone has 3 pairs of socks, but the third one is a mysterious colour of ultraviolet. It can be as simple, silly as that, but anything you say is true. So David, no pressure again, but what's the first core tenet of this science fiction / Scooby-Doo genre world, which is mysterious, but also has a museum housing a huge collection of Barbie dolls, the largest collection of Barbie dolls?
Sticking with science, and we're going to go for some light theming here. The light prism. So when you have a rainbow or you shine light through a prism, there's only 3 colours.
Oh, light prism.
But they change each time you look.
Very mysterious.
Interesting. So only 3 colours that change. Brilliant. Sarah.
Red, green, blue, pink, orange, yellow.
I'm going to go with all the dolls in the museum come to life at midnight.
All the dolls in that specific museum, or all dolls in general?
Just in the Barbie museum.
Like all the dolls in the museum come at
Like
live.
Toy Story.
Live at midnight. All right, and Mark.
In this world, the word run has been banned, and anybody who uses it gets instantly jailed.
Excellent. Straight to jail.
I'll be seeing you in jail then soon, I guess.
Straight to jail. Okay, so the 3 core tenets we've got the light prism. When you shine a light through it, there are only ever 3 colours, but they change each time you look. So would you say then, David, just to clarify, is that a subjective thing for each? So if we both were watching a prism, would we both see the same colours, or would we see different colours?
Ooh, I'll let you choose that one. Up to you.
I'll keep it a secret for now. That sounds like a problem for later, Fiona. And then Sarah's one, dolls in the museum come alive at midnight. Does that mean, Sarah, that they cease to come alive when dawn rises? So is that sort of...
Yes, yeah, they have to make it back to their original spots.
Fantastic. And then finally, run has been banned. The word run has been banned. And if anyone utters it, they go straight to jail.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love. So let's talk about this world a little bit then. I guess, how often would people be looking through light prisms? If we start with that one first, is it a regular occurrence? Do we think? Does everyone have a light prism? Is there some sort of purpose to it, perhaps?
The only reason I brought up light prisms was because that's where my brain went. But it's also rainbow. It was more like rainbow. So if it's raining a lot, So it's quite a wet world. It rains a lot, so there's quite a lot of rainbows. So it's a thing that people know a lot about, and it's quite a common thing, I feel.
Excellent. Oh, I like that. I guess it's a way like, oh, it's very rainy today, and you just look out and it's just it's just like green, orange, purple. Yeah, yeah.
You look out one window and it's one set of colours. You look out another window and it's different set of colours.
I like that. This doll museum, then, folks, like it's large. It's large and in charge, so to speak. Where is it? Where is it? Like is it like a big attraction in the capital city, or is it like in an obscure place? Do we think that people flock to go to?
I think it may have taken the place of like one of the major art museums in London.
Oh my god! Okay. Any particular one?
I'm going to go with the Tate because that's the one I know.
All right. 8 now has it. Fantastic. And then run has been banned. Are there any other words that have been banned, or is it just this specific thing? Was there an incident why we banned the word run?
I think it was. It came about because of an unfortunate sporting event at a previous Olympics, but the details have been withheld because they were mysterious.
I like it. So it's been stricken from the record, and we don't talk about the last Olympics and any of those speedy walking events. Yeah, I get that. All right. Okay, I think we've fleshed out enough. I think that's quite good. All right. Next step, folks, we're going to create characters. So we're going to do the same thing again. I want you all to roll the 2d6 and let me know what values you get.
Got a 6.
There, I got a 6.
I got 12.
Oh, I think David's going first then. Oh, look at you, David. That's you twice. Mark.
7.
All right, so it's going to go...
I'm just going to check that the symbol on the dice is a 6 and not a 1.
All right, double check. Okay, fair enough. All right, so we're going to go in this order of David, Mark, and then Sarah to create characters. Excuse me. So, David, I want you to think of... I want you to think of and then describe a character, any kind of character you want to be, which is a part of this world that we've just created. This world, which is, as I'll just remind you, it's a science fiction / Scooby-Doo themed world, which is mysterious, but also houses this large museum of the world's largest doll collection, Barbie doll collection. And like we said before off stream, but just for the audience, you can be anything you want. You could even be a concept or something. And so we'll do that. So we'll just do, if you just think of a quick bio about what is the character, or who is the character you would like to play.
I think I'm going to be the essence, or some kind of like maybe a ghost or something, but the essence of the Tate Modern before it became this creepy doll museum.
Oh. All right. How would you manifest yourself?
I would open doors for people. I would, if there's computer screens, I would talk through the computer screens at people over the tannoy, like that mysterious voice that appears over the tannoy.
Okay. So a bit like, for example, like a HAL 3000S type thing, perhaps.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
But obviously not rather than an AI. It is more the spirit.
It's like so I can't remember the word of it. Mark will probably tell me now. When a building creates the memory of things that have been there.
Stone tape theory.
Stone tape theory. Yeah, there we go. Kind of like that. The building has, because it's had so many people in it, it's kind of absorbed their energy and become sentient in a way.
Cool. And so for just the sake of the thing, so are you just going to refer to yourself as the essence of the Tate Modern? Or entity previously known as the Tate Modern?
Yeah. Trying to relate it to Prince. But yeah, the building previously known as the Tate Modern.
Fantastic. Okay, building previously known.
And there's a weird like upside down triangle with lines going through it.
I'm sure the Tate Modern has some sort of terrible logo that we all don't know that is the Tate Modern. Who's the...
Oh no, it's an old Andy Potter. It's an old Pollock painting.
Oh man, building previously known as the Tate Modern. Fantastic. Okay. So with that in mind, David, with this wonderful concept that you come up with, I want you to think of 4 skill verbs that apply to your character. So these could be, in normal RPGs, I say normal, in any RPG, you normally get stuff like athletics, acrobatics, survival, stealth, whatever. I want you to think of 4 unique skill things that are particular to your character. So, for example, for our other one-shot where we had the concept of the wind, we had blowing, as in blowing the wind, all that sort of thing. But basically, we're going to nail it down to 4 things. So the first, I want you to have a skill that you're amazing at, a skill that you're good at, a skill that you're bad at, and a skill that you're horrible at. And each of
So it's amazing, good,
bad, and horrible at. And each one of those skills has a modifier to it. So normally when we're doing a mechanic, when you're doing a roll, you roll 2d6 plus one of your modifiers, essentially. So if the skill that you'll be amazing at will be a +2. The skill that you're good at is a +1. The skill that you're bad at is a -1, and the skill that you're horrible at is a -2. So, what skills are you thinking?
So the amazing skill is going to be observation. Because I'm the building, I can see everything that's going on in there. There's cameras and things, and I'm aware. So not observation, awareness.
Awareness.
I think is probably the better idea. I'm aware of the building and things that are going on in it.
Okay.
Good. Right, so I guess this is where I now have to think about how to play a building. The horrible one is going to be physical interaction. Or movement.
Movement, okay.
I am not running anywhere. Don't worry.
Well, you can't run. What's running?
No, I can't move quickly anywhere.
Yeah, can't. Well, have it like that. Can't get quickly anywhere. That's the skill. All right.
Quickly.
Can't. Well, I go. Maybe just have it get quickly anywhere, because what's
Just
going?
I can't move.
No. So
I'm a dwarf, I can't move.
No. So what? This is the thing. So your 4 skills, the other 2 players will also have. That's the thing. So yes, that's what I'm trying to get to. So I think it's just
Move quickly.
move quickly is what it is, because you're going to be bad at it.
Yeah, move quickly.
Move quickly. So that's your bad one. Move quickly.
That's my horrible one.
Yep, your horrible one. Yep. So 2 more. Maybe
Any hints from the audience as to how a ghost building would
maybe like information or information.
That's kind of
retrieval?
like awareness.
No, I thought awareness was like you can see things.
Not knowledge of history.
Knowledge. How about knowledge of art history?
Well, the tape kind of has a lot of other things in it, but yeah, we could say art history.
How about
It's
knowledge?
kind of related to archaeology there.
How about
so that's
knowledge of useless things?
You went there, not me.
I'm more thinking about the Tate itself rather than anything else.
Anybody in the Twitch chat that wants to offer any other ideas to go with this is more than welcome.
Absolutely.
Just for those in the chat and things who don't know, the Tate is a modern art gallery in London.
Knowledge of distasteful.
Lots of weird shit in there.
Yeah. There's audience participation in the chat is encouraged for this game, is it not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what was it? Knowledge of useless
things.
A +1.
That would be a +1 for David's one, yeah. But we'll go to the other players in a second. So knowledge of useless things. And what's your
I would just point out that in the chat, the ArchaeoGaming Collective have noted that archaeology isn't useless mostly.
Mostly. Well, we don't know what the one shot is yet, but maybe we'll find out.
I'm going to be bad at human interaction.
Okay.
I'm now changing all of the skills that I'd just chosen because you've just taken half of them for your character.
Let's say for interacting with. How about interacting with non-building beings? With non-building. Okay, so your skills, as I've got down, just to correct me, you're very good. You're amazing David, your character, the building previously known as a Tate Modern, is amazing at awareness. You're good at knowledge of useless things. You're bad at interacting with non-building beings. And you're awful at moving quickly. So those four skills...
Like me.
those
Real life.
Those 4 skills, both Sarah and Mark also have, but their modifier is a +0. Just means you get the skill to use, but it's a +0 for you currently. All right, Mark, I'm going to go to you next.
Yes, you can.
What's your character concept? What works in this strange world where there's a science fiction theme of Scooby-Doo, and we have already got the previous building known as a Tate Modern here?
My character's name is Arthur Pipistrel.
Excellent.
Arthur is a collector of Cabbage Patch Kid dolls.
Nice.
He has the world's largest collection, and he considers that Barbie and Ken are a sellout to the doll world.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Them some fighting words.
There are some fighting words. So are you able to give us a physical description of what Arthur looks like?
Yes, imagine a mouse, only a bit bigger.
Are you one of those things that kind of make...
Rat?
Very whiskery.
You tickle me every now and then, scratch me every now and then.
Favours brown as a clothing colour of choice.
Okay, mouse-like.
Slightly annoying voice.
Excellent. Brilliant. All right. So then, Mark, or Arthur, as you are now known as, same thing for you. So 4 skills that you have that are unique to you, so to speak. One that you're amazing at, one that you're good at, one that you're bad at, and one that you're awful at.
Arthur has a +2 in pedantry.
Pedantry. Excellent.
It's annoyingly pedantic.
I love
We are
that.
not.
Okay.
Yep.
My +1, I'm going to take from the chat conversation, and I'm going to go with Animal Whisperer.
Oh.
My +1.
What's going to be mine?
So thanks for that one, chat.
I'm a whisperer. Brilliant.
He does sadly have a -1 in fashion.
Fashion sense. How's that?
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
And awkwardly, a -2 in reading, or it could possibly be reading.
Fantastic. Okay, so we've got pedantry, animal whispering, fashion sense. And
To be pedantic, that's Animal Whisperer.
Oh, very good. Animal whisperer. All right. So those 4 skills, both David and Sarah, you also have those, but at a 0 as well. Brilliant. And finally, last but by no means least, Sarah.
Right. So
Yes.
I am going to be the crazy bird lady that sits on the steps of the museum.
Excellent. Crazy bird lady.
And I will be called Maud.
Nice.
Great name.
And Maud's always fed the birds outside the museum, but she's always wanted to make the things inside. No matter what the museum was, she was like, "Oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that."
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
I was going to have Bird Whisperer or Animal Whisperer as my +2, but I've decided to throw a curveball, and my +2 is, surprisingly, Maud is very good at backflips.
Secret
Secret skill.
fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
She looks all weak and feeble on the steps, but she can backflip her way out of any situation.
I love that. I like the idea it's not even physical, but it could also be verbal.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So backflips. Brilliant.
Got a +1 in like baffling people with my ramblings.
Baffling people ramblings. Perfect.
And I'm struggling on my bad ones, so I'm very welcome to suggestions.
Things.
There was MacGyver skills.
Say that again.
There was MacGyver skills in the chat.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yes. I like that. MacGyver skills.
So is that something you're bad at or awful at? Maud?
I'm going to get, that'll be a -1.
MacGyver, so that's something you're bad at.
I don't know how you spell MacGyver. You'd spoil the fact it's in the chat.
Any other suggestions from chat? 'Cause I haven't got it open at the moment.
There was Electronic Whiz.
I think,
There was trap construction and disarmament was another one.
yes,
Ooh. Okay, so you're very bad at disarming.
very bad. Yeah, because I want all the birds to be free.
Oh, so you're like, I'll help, and then you stick your hand in it and go, ah! Okay, so trap disarmament is something you're bad
No,
at.
Maud's trying to disarm a trap. Oh, no, we can't.
Yeah. Save yourselves.
She's on my roof again. She's after the spikes.
Walk quickly in the other direction.
Walk at an increasing pace.
Again.
All right, so just to clarify, so your skills, and for the other two as well, but these are at a +0, we have backflipping, baffling people with rambling, MacGyver skills, and trap disarmament.
But it's also been suggested that she's bad at trap disarmament, but she thinks that she's really good at it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think for the cause of releasing these birds, absolutely, yeah. Excellent. All right, the final thing we have to do is that we've got 12 skills. I need to now come up with the other 4 skills to make the setting work. So let's just see what we've got. Awareness, knowledge of useless things, interacting with non-building beings, moving quickly, pedantry, animal whisperer, fashion sense, reading/reading, backflips, baffling people with rambling, MacGyver skills, and trap disarmament. And I was just going to remind you guys that this is a science fiction/Scooby-Doo setting, which is mysterious, but also has a museum of the world's largest Barbie doll collection.
Good luck.
There's meant to be some connection to archaeology in this as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I think...
Digging.
Yeah, let's put digging in there. Good idea, chaps. All right, digging is 1. Ooh, look at that sound. Disarming traps. You've got talking. You've got interacting. Yeah, if there's any extra skills in the chat, please let us know. Those people who are watching the chat, that would also be helpful. So look around the room for inspiration. Oh, I know. Maybe moving slowly. Because we've got moving quickly. Let's have moving slowly as well.
We've got the science side covered with knowledge of useless things.
Yes.
So
I assume, yeah, it's a justification for that.
Okay, stealth has been suggested.
Yep. All right. How about making sense of a map or making sense of directions, like using directions or something like that?
That's map reading.
Map reading. There we go. Map reading.
Orienteering.
Orienteering. Map reading. Orienteering. Yeah.
Ooh, what have we done? I think I've just deleted. No, I haven't.
I was like, I hope you've not deleted the chat because we need that.
No, I thought I deleted all my notes.
Yeah, navigational skills has been suggested to sum that up.
Brilliant. Thank you, chat. Well, yeah, navigation skills. Perfect.
Do you need any more?
One more, if there is one.
I'm going to take one. I'm going to take a suggestion. It's not an actual suggestion from the chat, but it's a word that's been used in the chat, which is enthusiasm.
Yes, we'll have that. Enthusiasm.
It's either that or identifying pottery shards, which wasn't in the chat. But,
no, we've got digging. That covers it. It's fine. All right.
Mixing random ingredients together is another suggestion.
Oh, I like that.
Not eating artifacts is another one. We'll get all of this in.
Oh my god, yes, I love that.
There's obviously the meme of what you do with sciences, and it's like, can you lick it?
Mm.
What was that?
Banging rocks together.
You know what? What was that one about mixing things together?
Mixing random ingredients together.
All right, I'm going to get rid of moving slow. Actually, we'll have that mixing random ingredients together because I really like that one. Thank you.
Yeah. There's a lot of suggestion that licking artifacts is okay. I can assure you it's not, because I played a game of Solemn Veil where I licked the walls of a mine to see whether it was safe, and it didn't go well.
No.
All right, so we have our 16
Living
skills.
Stars is about it.
We have our 16 skills. We've got awareness, knowledge of useless things, interacting with non-building beings, moving quickly, pedantry, animal whisperer, fashion sense, reading/reading, backflips, baffling people with ramblings, MacGyver skills, trapped disarmament, and now we've got digging, mixing random ingredients, navigation skills, and enthusiasm. And those for my players, that's a +0 in those as well. Right. Okay, so we've created our setting. We've created our characters. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to have 5 minutes where I'm going to go on mute and panically write a whole one-shot about this. The one thing I would say, I will ask my players to engage the chat and chat about themselves about what they think this could be. And also give me a timer as well of 5 minutes when I say so, because that will be useful.
Yep.
Anyway, but there was one last thing. Oh, I'll quickly talk about the mechanic before we do that. So the mechanics, at any time, they're a player wants to do something, a character wants to do something, and the outcome may be questionable or in some doubt. I'm going to ask the players to roll a 2d6 and then use one of the skills that they have for it. Now they can justify what skill they want to use, but I'm going to be cruel and say I think it's this, or it's something that they might be bad at. Now, if they get, if they get a 6 or lower, that is a failure, so they do not get to do what they want to do. If it's between a 6 and a 9, it's a mixed success, so they get what they want to do, but at a cost. They only get partially what they want. And then finally, a 10 to 12, that is a full success. They get exactly what they want. And that's basically it. If at any one point they do fail a check, they can put a little tally, and basically they can add a +1 to the next check they do, up to a maximum +2. And as soon as they use that, it goes back away then. So basically the idea is that we're failing forward, essentially. You're not always going to be failing at stuff. But as we've played, well, most of us have played in the game with David, failing forward is not something that he's very good at. So we'll find out how that
Very
works.
good at the failing.
Yes. Brilliant.
I've had my dice rolls this month, for this year, I think, now in this game. So yeah.
Brilliant. All right. So I'm going to go on mute. When the 5 minutes is up, whoever keep in charge, just wave at me, because I'm going to take my headphones off to concentrate. I'll see you in a bit, chaps.
Good luck.
Right, so how can we ruin Fiona's life?
Okay, so here we go. We have Fiona has 5 minutes to write an entire campaign. We have 5 minutes to decide how to make her life difficult during this game. So yes, the chat is we're open to suggestions.
Yes.
And I can now finally see the chat.
We are very much about interacting with the chat today. We want people to be involved and provide the funny that I'm going to fail to provide.
Yeah, absolutely.
Push us along when we need it.
We will endeavour to provide an interesting and amusing and entertaining game scenario based on whatever rubbish we just came up with. Let's rely on the chat to put some archaeology into it on our behalf. This sounds like a plan with no drawbacks.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna guess there's people somewhere in the chat that actually know what archaeology is, other than time team where you do speed and you dig big holes really, really quickly with a digger.
I know what archaeology is. We watched The Mummy the other day.
Oh,
as long as it's got Imhotep in it, it's fine.
It's got mummies in it. Was that the one with Tom Cruise?
No, the original.
Good version then.
The proper one.
The proper one, yeah.
I can tell you a lot about space archaeology.
Space archaeology.
Ooh.
But
yeah. For the benefit of the chat, we're enjoying this too much because we've just finished playing a campaign which David ran of Free League's new Aliens RPG, and it was there was a lot of death.
Yes,
there was a lot of death.
A lot more death if I'd have realised that the character sheets were wrong. But yes, it was a good week, good couple of sessions.
Yeah, if anybody wants to watch us playing Aliens and dying horribly, they can do so on David's Drunken Storyteller Twitch stream. It was
randomly murdering people.
Yeah.
Like he meets them and then shoots them in the head for no real reason.
Okay, then here we go. So first you have to examine the dolls for cultural significance, then break them into categories, then rank those categories by time era.
Ooh.
I like how the fact that the break is not really specified here.
Mm.
Are we breaking the individual parts into categories?
No,
These are the arms. These are the legs.
I think we can break them into categories easily as Barbie and Ken. There we go. So they're broken into 2 categories. That's fine.
And in some dark corner, there is a Cindy somewhere.
We don't talk about Cindy.
The secret of Cindy.
To be fair, Arthur doesn't talk about Barbie and Ken.
Has Arthur seen things?
Arthur's too busy with his Cabbage Patch Kid collection to see things.
We've got another minute or so before we need to wave at.
Yes, we have. Fiona has 1 minute. I'm going to message her on Discord.
Oh, I think she looked up then and kind of grinned at us. I think she's listening.
Yeah, she's taken her headphones off, but she's got them turned up sufficiently that she can hear everything we've been saying.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Especially the bits about her.
Apparently we also have to map them.
We have to map them.
Oh, in all
Well,
the areas of the museum?
Like,
The head's at the top and the feet are at the bottom. I'm just going to make sure.
Ah, is that when we need the black and white stick next to them with the photograph?
yes.
Photograph them, map them, photograph them, repatriate them.
And as Arthur might want, melt them down.
We are in England, and therefore you guys are in England.
I have messaged Fiona on Discord and told her there's 60 seconds to go, but she's ignored me. Can't do anything without proper documentation. There's
there we go. That's about time.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right, everybody wave at Fiona.
Hi, Fiona.
I think she knows. There we go. Good.
Oh, well, all that last Google. Let me just finish that last Google.
How's
Right,
it
you have to
going,
unmute
Fiona?
yourself, Fiona, otherwise we won't know what you've done.
Oh, what have I done? I was doing a last Google for something.
That's called cheating.
Well, you know what? We'll do it live, shall we, folks?
Way!
We'll do it
It'll be
live.
fine. The
Yes.
chat's been very helpful on the archaeology while you've been gone.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah.
We've also been told
Whoops!
we're allowed to burn them.
Burn what? The chat? I don't want to do that. I don't know them.
No, the dolls.
Oh.
The doll.
Oh no. Oh well. Let me just.
No,
Burn them if they're cursed.
Oh, that's our idea. Go on.
Through, but I'm not a fan of the heat. I'm English. I don't like the heat.
Oh. So I have a very, very poorly sketched idea. Are you guys ready to play You Awaken in a Strange Place?
We are ready to play
Fantastic.
You Awaken in a Strange Place.
Okay.
I don't know whether the chat is ready to watch
No,
us
I know.
play, but we're ready to play it.
Okay. So you awaken in a strange place, including you, the entity of previously known as a Tate Modern. It's weird. For so long, you as a Tate Modern, you've known things are coming and going through your doors. You feel the rooms, busy with life a moment, but currently, right now, dead. You are awake and you can sense it. You're sort of in and out of it, and you know that there are 2 people within the grand main hall, which I think it's called the Turbine Hall, but I didn't have time to check.
Yeah.
With 2 people in it. You see a lady.
There's clouds in it.
Yes, that's the one. You see a lady covered in birdseed, maybe looking a little bit dour, maybe with a bit of scratches and claw marks, perhaps, of various times that she's disarmed traps to get birds out, and the birds haven't been as grateful. You also see what we've described as a mouse of a man wearing brown, called Arthur. You are both there, and you both Arthur and Maud, maybe you've known each other, maybe you've passed each other earlier, but you just had a moment, and suddenly you blink and you are here within the grand sort of main turbine hall of what was previously known as Tate Modern, but as we all know, it is now called the Barbie's Dream House. You look down and you can see both of you has a little badge that says, "Hello, my name is," and your name, and there's stamps on it, and it's ridiculously flowery writing, big smiles and lots of stickers, essentially. And as you look around, the turbine hall, it has changed somewhat. Maud, I know you're sitting on the outside with the birds, perhaps, but you've not been in, certainly in many years, because nobody ever goes in, nobody ever goes out. And you look around, and the walls themselves, they are daubed with various, like, stick figure drawings of what looks like thousands of people, like, you know, tall people, short people, big, round, short and thin, almost like kids' drawings, but like at human-sized height, essentially, almost as if there's been a crowd. And those people who have been to London and been to that grand turbine hall, it is all the way around. Maybe a little bit. Not
on the top floor and inside the turbine as well, or
no, just like as if when you come into the building, think of it. I didn't want to put this reference in. Think of it as a bit Blair Witchy, but not. But there's just these stick figures with happy beaming faces, like drawn on. And you both of you look around and you can hear the sound of like applause, but coming from one floor above. And you can see up there are lights that you can see both Maud and Arthur. What would you guys like to do? And I'll come to the building previously known as Tate Modern in a second.
Wow. That's quite an opener. Thinking, am I stood with Arthur?
Yeah, you are literally as if you've just like plonked into existence at the front, one of the front doors, essentially. And but you still have all your stuff. You probably have birdseed in one pocket. Maybe you've got a couple of birds under one arm. Yeah, I've said that now, so that's a thing. Yeah, but you have stuff, and the last thing you remember, you were feeding your birds. Maybe you were getting your hand out of yet another trap, trying to get a bird out, and then blink, and you were here.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is put my birds down, because they might want to leave, and we might be able to follow them to an exit.
You put them down. One of them sort of keels over a little bit, and then gets righted by the other two.
Propped back up. Ooh.
What about you, Arthur? What are you thinking?
Arthur looks at Maud. Says, "Hello."
Hello. Are you Arthur?
Yes, you can see it. It's on my badge. My name is Arthur. And this, he reaches into a rucksack and pulls out a Cabbage Patch doll with a slightly green face. This is Lorna. Say hello to Lorna, Maud.
Oh, Lorna looks a bit menacing. I'm not sure if I want to say hello.
Say hello to Lorna, Maud.
Hello, Lorna.
in the background you hear a kind of deep, resonant, almost echo of that. Hello, Lorna.
Lorna doesn't like you, Maud. She's going away now. He puts Lorna back in his backpack.
I like the idea that the backpack is, you can now that you know it's there, it's almost like off one side behind Arthur's like head, staring at you, Maud.
Oh dear.
Arthur now looks like Zaphod Beeblebrox with a Lorna head.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I think as Arthur, have you been here before?
Yes, I've been here before.
Do you come here often?
I was here when it was the Tate, you know.
It's
Before
strange.
all of that was put here.
How did you get here today?
Well, it's quite interesting. I got a number 36 from Dulwich until I could get to the tube, and then I took the Circle line as far as Paddington. I changed, and then I went to Trafalgar Square, got off there, had a quick walk around, had a nice sandwich in that sandwich shop just off Trafalgar Square. You know, that little side road. Can't remember its name. I forget now.
I wouldn't know. They don't let me in.
Do they not?
No.
I'm not surprised. Yes, so anyway, it was a lovely sandwich and cheese and pickle it was.
The clapping is still going on, by the way, like up the stairs as you're having this conversation. The building previously known as the Tate, you sort of, you know, you're taking your time to wake up, and you are aware of these two entities talking inanely. Like, it's weird that normally you would just, the name chatter drowns out, so you can't pick out various people's names, voices. But you sort of shift your consciousness down to the entrance hall. You have that little exchange of "Hello, Lorna," and there is conveniently a speaker box right next to where these two are. You can shift in at any point.
Would you two mind keeping it down a little? The curry that was flushed last night has left me with a headache. Slightly crackly, but also kind of slightly sleepily, maybe what you'd expect a hungover person to sound like.
And as you look at the speaker, both of you can see almost like a face has appeared, Disney style, with the sort of things. And as the voice comes out, the speaker also moves animation style.
The lips protrude.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Tentacles.
And as well, the building previously known as the Tate Modern, you know that you can also hear, now you can hear the clapping. That's very unusual to hear clapping unless, well, an event, some sort of celebratory event is happening.
What time is it?
Time?
Do we have, like, obviously, there's going to be clocks in the building.
Yeah.
There are clocks inside me, so...
Sorry. There's currently no clocks in the big turbine hall, famously.
I think we should make our way upstairs. Can the essence of the Tate see anything up there?
I can hear noises, and it's doing things to me. The clapping is vibrating inside me. It's not fun. There should be more people, and it's usually more calming than this weird quiet, but not quiet. Can I see inside that room? Can I do an awareness?
Yes, you can. So 2d6 plus your awareness and tell me what the result is.
Wait. Welcome back to my normal dice rolling. Yay. Well, with the +2, that is a 5.
5. Unfortunately, that is a failure. But because you failed, you can take 1 to your next roll, if you wish to. So you are, again, you're shrugging off that curry you had. Yeah, there was a bigger corporate event at some point. You can't remember when, so it's taking you this long to shut it out of your system. All you know is that it's coming from a room that is, it's weird. It's not been used before, or at least to your knowledge. This is a new room, even for you, building previously known as a. But you know where it is, but you can't, as you try and shift your consciousness to a nearby security camera or a nearby speaker or even one of those electronic displays where you could put like an emoji face on and look around. It's something's interfering with your systems.
The clapping, it's, I guess you can see a room. Can you see where it is not available to me? It's like someone has booked it out of me.
Somebody's booked it in the system and it says private event.
Sign on the door. Sign
Clapping appears to be coming from upstairs.
Shall we make our way up?
We should ascend to the upper level. If my memory serves me correctly, I believe there are 23 stairs between this level and the upper level.
You are quite right. Can't say the words. You are quite right there.
As you're saying that, they've already left, and you're like, damn it. That's it. Brilliant. So I'm guessing Arthur is leading the way. So Arthur, can you make for me a navigation skill check? Let me know what you get. So that, I think it's just 2d6 plus 0.
It's a 7.
A 7. So that is a mixed success. So you start leading, and yes, indeed, there are 23 steps up to the next level. You sort of do a little mini like fist pump internally, obviously, that you got that right. Leading the way. When you get to the top there, you can see that there are lights, like almost like sconces at various points. As you get closer to these sconces, you can see that they're not made out of, well, what a traditional sconce would be made out would be some sort of iron, maybe some metal with some rag in it, with some oil perhaps. No, these, it's weird. It looks like it's made, the whole thing is made out of little bricks and almost been made together like in some sort of, I don't know, master builder invention with clear bricks acting as a fire, essentially, with some sort of light inside. And they sort of light your way, but it's sort of, it's weird. As you go to the top, the clapping, it starts to echo around the whole room. So you're not entirely sure which direction to go. So you get to the top, and you can see maybe you're at like a T-junction, essentially. So you get to the top, and there's like left, right, and forward. And you can't really pinpoint where the clapping is coming from. But it sounds like there are lots of clapping. You can hear a couple of like, woohoos as well, and yay, and yay. Lots of different heights and pitches.
Things that sound like clapping coming out of my window at the moment. I think there's a moth or a wasp or a hornet.
I was going to say probably your hornets. That's
For the benefit of the chat, David has discovered today that there is a hornet's nest above his room. So, yes, if he disappears,
it's scream and disappear.
It's hornet related.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to be replaced by a hornet at some point.
Just out of universe for a moment there. Okay. So these sconces look like they're made of Lego.
Yes. Or a brand of Lego if we need to be, other Lego alternatives are available.
So Duplo then.
Oh, it's more. No, it's the really micro bricks ones, the really rubbish ones.
Oh, the really small ones.
Yeah, yeah. But that means they are.
I used to sell those. They used to be in the gift shop.
Yeah, but that means that these sconces are really intricate. So, like from a far away view, they look like actual sconces, but really close up. So you think this has taken some time to put them all together. But also they're off-brand and therefore a bit naff to anyone that's a Lego connoisseur such as yourself.
It's almost as you walk towards it, it becomes a bit pixelated.
You know what? It's exactly like that.
Are we now playing in Minecraft?
Yeah.
No. So you have an option of going left, right, or forward. What's the plan?
Are there any stick figures on this level?
Oh, good question. There aren't any on this particular level. Instead, there are other drawings of various scenes, almost like cave drawings to an extent. And you can see again, it looks like the building that you're in because you recognise it's the Tate Modern. It's a really ugly looking building, and you see lots of people, but it's like really small squiggles. And then there's a big scuffly thing that happens, and then people leaving the building, and then lots of little sad faces, but very very small, but loads of them. Very sad at the people. And there's different scenes pictured around of different things, essentially. One is like a picture of a small child holding what looks like two action figures together, looking really, really happy. Another one is maybe, I'm trying to think of anything. What do children do? There's like a little cooking station, perhaps, that's been drawn, and somebody's like trying to sell plastic sandwiches and giving fake money and all that sort of thing. Somebody has a market stall stand, as I used to have one as a like
a little dingy till.
Yeah, bung. Yeah, exactly. But what I would say is that those are the drawings on the wall. There isn't anything like that. Like it looks like an old art gallery. You know, so there's some seats and stuff like that, but it doesn't seem to be any debris. There doesn't seem to be anything littering the hallways. The hallways themselves are clear.
Do I recognise the artwork, or is it something that is new to me as well?
It is brand new to you as well. You probably come into another speaker at the top or one of those electronic boards, whatever you see fit. And yeah, this is actually shocking to you.
A small little iPad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? It's an iPad that one of the other two can pick up.
And we can carry around with us.
Yes, well, and it's, you know what? It's got 100% battery because it's been plugged in all this time, so you don't have to worry about it.